You know, you joined us, I think it was November 12th, or joined CNBC, and you were saying then a deal with China is close. Is it still close, and can we expect the tariffs to hit on the 15th of December as still planned?
Well, let me say this. The deal is still close. It's probably even a wee bit closer than when I first made that statement in November, but I will stay with the statement. As you know, the president this past week in both London and Washington, POTUS is saying the deal is moving along very well. Having good discussions with China. You probably know the deputy level met again, I don't know, yesterday or the day before yesterday. POTUS again said yesterday we're moving along in the right direction. Now, he'll say, of course, it's got to be a good deal. There's a few buttons that have to be buttoned, and they're working on that, as you might guess. I can't speak specifically on the remaining issues, but the reality is constructive talks, almost daily talks. We are, in fact, close. With respect to your question on December 15th, David, there's no arbitrary deadlines here, okay? There's no arbitrary deadlines. But the fact remains December 15th is a very important date with respect to a no-go or a go on tariffs. These are presidential decisions, David. I can't make them here. I'm not even going to forecast them here. It's going to be totally up to POTUS. But December 15th is an important date.
You know, Larry, these talks often get marked by a phrase. It was final laps by Mnuchin in May. It was short strokes with you on November 15th. Are we still in a short strokes phase, or what phrase would you use to describe talks right now?
Intense. I'll say.
Okay.
I mean, I say intense because this is a very important matter. As we've discussed many times with you fellows when I've been down here, the president has changed the narrative on China. He is defending the country. He is defending the American worker. He's defending the farmer. He's defending the manufacturer. And unfair trading practices that have been used by China for many years, President Trump will not tolerate that. That's why I use the word intense. This is a very important matter. Now, the President said, I think, when he was in London just before he left, that correctly pointed out the U.S. economy is rising and in good shape. The Chinese economy is declining and in bad shape. On the other hand, he has said, we're getting close. The talks are constructive, and if we can make a deal that works for both sides, we'll make a deal that works for both sides. You can't put any guarantees on it. I would stay with short strokes, but I would add the word intense because there is so much at stake here when you go through the various categories. I mean, Jimmy Cramer, you, above all people, know, you are the most encyclopedic stock market guy there is. Technology and inventions and innovations in technology are the driving force, the creative, dynamic force that makes the American economy the best in the world. So, Jim, we can't afford, we must not permit any country, China or whoever, to willy-nilly steal our breakthroughs in technology and advanced microprocessing and, related to 5G. We can't let that happen. And so the president is sticking up, not just for farmers and auto workers and manufacturers. The president is sticking up for people in the technology sector, which includes, by the by, the financial services sector. So that's another part. When I say intense, I'm saying the growth implications here could be terrific. Okay? The diplomatic implications could be good, although we worry about national security. But in straight economic terms, when you get right down to it, our family jewels are the technological inventions and innovations and applications that, are our God-given rights to practice, and we just can't let other countries steal it.
I could not agree with you more, and I think we have to be willing to walk away if they keep stealing, Larry. If they keep stealing our IP, can't we just walk away and win the trade war? Not compromise, but win.
Well, I will tell you this. The president has said many times, if the deal is no good, if the assurances with respect to preventing future theft are no good, if the enforcement procedures are no good, he has said we will not go forward. We will walk away. He has said that. He agrees with at least the spirit of what you're saying. But as a very clever and tough-minded negotiator, he will use the tariffs, but he will use the negotiating table. He's using both. We got two of the best, my colleagues, Bob Lighthizer and Secretary Stephen Mnuchin. They're working the front lines. Our whole trade team is involved. So, your point is well taken, and the president has said that if we cannot get the enforcements, the assurances, then we will not go forward.